What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of He Said, She Said, and The Real. I am one of your she-hosts. I am Nick Lovebug. Thank you for tuning in to yet another Tuesday of tomfoolery with the relationship Misfits. This podcast, for all of our new viewers, is all about relationships. Listen, we talk about friendships, situationships, relationships, just how not to go down with the ship. We keep it real, we keep it raw, and we keep it relevant. So let me go ahead and bring in my co-host, the she to my she said, Camo Chick. What's up, boo?
Hey, as I pour my drink, how are you?
I got juice. I just want to let everyone know I am drinking juice, but in a pretty pink glass.
Oh,
so there.
Ooh, that's cute.
What are you pouring?
I am drinking Framboise, which is like a German beer. Oh, you can't really see. Yeah, I'm bougie.
You're so bougie.
Yeah. It's okay. It's good.
Hey, Dwayne. Oh, I got a special shout out.
Oh, all right.
But it's Love Bug, not Ladybug. Like
yeah. He's trying. He tried. He gets it.
But I'm good. Ladybugs are lucky. So, and speaking of lucky, let me go ahead and bring our He Said to the show. Lucky, what's going on? You always get caught. I literally gave you like.
I was trying to share the show.
Okay,
I was just sharing the show. So yeah, there's so many groups that want to see the show. So I was trying to share everything. Sorry about that. Hey everybody, how's it going tonight?
What's up?
What's going on? We all snowed in. Got us in Antarctica, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, listen.
It's ridiculous out here.
I usually talk mess with y'all, but y'all hand delivered that mess down here to Texas.
Fact.
And that's not okay. I just want to let y'all know I am in the desert. The desert is not supposed to get snow, and it is not supposed to get to 10 below. But courtesy of y'all folks in Chicago, here we are.
You're welcome.
Thanks. You're welcome.
What's up, Lisa?
Hey, Lisa.
What's up, Angelica? So yeah, we down here in El Paso just confused because our houses ain't built for 15-degree weather. Like it's not okay.
Y'all out there using sand instead of salt. It's horrible out there.
That's because here in El Paso we got plenty of sand. We in the desert.
Well, facts, you got that.
For free.
All right. What's up, LaRon?
Hey, LaRon.
So listen. It would not be a fair fight on any Tuesday night if we didn't have another he. Usually we have Ben. He's out tonight. But of course, we got to have another he because there's no way Damani can take on two women at once, no matter what he may think or what his past. But
see, it's too early.
We
5 minutes into the show. 5 minutes into the show.
Up, PG
what? Call me the sixth man of the year, baby. I am here. Hey, I got lucky back tonight. Let's go.
P Jizzle. Let's go.
All right. So listen, let's first do some recaps. So the last 2 weeks of the show, we have had amazing What's on Your Minds. Last week, we actually went over the 2-hour mark having a conversation with the young lady. So I will give y'all an update that she said, thank you for the advice, but no thank you on the update. She said that our panel, she said our group, y'all was real, raw, and rude, according to her, and hurt her feelings. And so if you're listening, I hope you heed the advice. But she said she did not want to be a topic on our show anymore. So we will not be getting an update. So I'm going to need y'all to be nicer to these people so we can at least get an update.
No,
I want to know.
Did she not research the show before she came on here for advice?
Don't you think she was going on Ilana Fix My Life? No.
Well, y'all probably would have been worse.
Y'all think you're going on that?
Ilana would have been like, look, she would have hit and then said, beloved.
Beloved. Save yourself.
We give you the Simon Cowell over here. If you suck, we're going to tell you suck.
Tamiko, I'm with you, girl.
She wasn't ready.
I'm just going to tell you based on what I think she went. I think she went, and that's why she ain't gonna give us no update. And we might be. Hey, listen, we are rated R. So if you send us something for what's on your mind, know that you gonna get it real, raw, and relevant. That's our motto. So unapologetically rude, if that's what we want to be called. But baby girl, I either hope you went for it like T Rich said and owned it, or you ran, it's one of them.
We'll be watching Lifetime for the update. Okay. Or Snap or something like that. We'll watch Snap.
We shall.
Right, so now
I found out
had a dope update before Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
So you want to give a summary of your what's on your mind and tell us, because I think you got an update for us, right?
Yes, I do have an update. First of all, I'm feeling some kind of way because it was hat day and did nobody tell me, so I don't have on a hat. So I'm feeling some kind of way.
This was an impromptu for me.
Okay, all right. Everybody having a hat. Y'all looking hot and dope. All right. So my update is originally we told him to wait to after Super Bowl. Actually, we said to wait to after Valentine's Day for him to come clean to his new girlfriend. However,
y'all did. That ain't what I
However, he did not heed that piece of the advice, and he actually told her midweek last week. So in between Super Bowl and Valentine's Day, the status of what happened with her friend. For those that weren't out here a couple of weeks ago, we had a inbox where the gentleman was divorced, and while he was married, he had a mistress, and it turned out that the former mistress was his new girlfriend's friend, but they had never met prior to this. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was some old Jerry Springer.
Hey, babe, bang your friend, like.
Side pieces going wild.
So I remember I was telling you about dude that did so and so.
Right.
Well, that's him next to you.
Right. So
Daddy long stroke.
They were originally going to be together at the same Super Bowl party. However, he ended up finding a different Super Bowl party for them to go to.
Thank goodness.
They did not, didn't interrupt that piece. So that was good. So what ended up happening was that he did tell his girl midweek last week, which I told him, I was like, that's going to be a little touchy because that's right in between Super Bowl and Valentine's Day. That could go way left. However, he sat her down. He said he told her, and he came clean, completely clean, and told her that he did not know that she was the friend of the former mistress and that he was taken aback and he was afraid to tell her. But he wanted to move forward in their relationship so that he did disclose. He said she was upset. No, they never talked to the friend. So,
so the girlfriend was okay with it?
Wait, hold on. He jumping on into it.
Pump your brakes.
The girlfriend was upset because her thing was, like we said the last go round, was that you didn't say anything to me and you had me sitting up here with you two in the same room, and you never said that you knew her or that y'all slept together. Now, she knew her friend was out there, and she knew her friend had a couple of, she was a mistress for a couple of guys. So, but she never met any of the guys. So she knew that, she just didn't know that he was the one. So she said she's going to need a second to get herself together. She did not want to let her relationship go. She needs to now figure out what she's going to do with her friend. So we'll see. We'll get an update in a couple more weeks and see how that goes.
Ooh, juicy. I just want to say 10 points for the ladies. Because we repeatedly said, I think Nunu was on my side, that she was going to feel some kind of way, that he didn't tell her right away. And you got me sitting there hee and ha in the face of somebody who you used to daddy long stroke. I got an issue.
Yeah.
She was going to feel some way regardless. It was a no-win situation.
I'm just saying.
It was a no-win situation. Like that's going to be in the back of her mind because that's her friend. And she shouldn't dump her friend because she banged some dude that she ended up dating. It wasn't at the same. Didn't nobody do nothing wrong. So now she gonna stop being her friend?
No. She just said she wants to talk to her friend about it. Now remember, the friend is now married.
Yeah, what's she gonna tell a friend?
Right.
What's she gonna talk to her about?
But let's also talk about, and we talked about this. as my friend, as my girl. You ain't pull me aside. You didn't say, hey, boo, I need to talk to you about him.
And he still hasn't said anything.
Me no heads up. So again, goes back to what we said.
That's where the problem lies at.
That's where the problem lies, is how they handled it at the point they came face to face. It was like, ooh, I done seen you in your birthday suit. And y'all know, but I don't know. And I'm sitting there
so what was they supposed to do? Hold a conference, all three of them together, tell at the same time, or wait for see who's gonna tell her first?
Somebody should have pulled me.
They never talked to each other about what they would do or say. So his thing was that he has never talked to the mistress since they broke up.
I don't care what you talk to. You talk to his divorce.
So he's never reached out to her. So he's never had a conversation with her like, what should we do? Should we say something? So his thing was that when he was done with her, he was done. So he didn't have a number for her. He didn't have anything. So when he ran into her with his new girlfriend, he was like, what the hey?
No good is going to come out of it, regardless if he'd have told her from the beginning or now. It was a no-win. It was a lose. Either way, it's going to be hell.
Like it, though.
We're not finna rehash this. But we do have some questions on the update. So, Nunu, I'm in agreement. So, up to now, the friend still has not said anything to her. Oh, I'm busting her head.
No.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you still ain't. Nope. Hey, girl, I need to talk to you about your boo. Nothing.
Not a word.
Can I say that, folks? We don't have to dive that deep into it. See, the part that who told her at what time, the time that they told her is not issue. The issue she's going to have is the fact that it happened, and she can't change it. There's nothing she can do, and it's going to bother her. It don't matter if he told her from day 1 or day 50. It happened. Her man slept with one of her best friends. It's nothing she could do about it. It's going to sit on her and it's going to bother her. It was a lose-lose. There it is.
And the problem with that is, if they remain friends, it's going to create a problem. Because guess what? Every time they run into each other in the same setting, it's going to be in the back of her mind again. It's going to always trigger that feeling that neither one of y'all told me, and both of y'all was smashing.
Well, I think we all agree.
It's not about the telling. It's the fact that she cannot change the fact that her man screwed her best friend, even though it was before her. Doesn't matter.
I agree.
The whole time of things is an excuse. I just wanted to know. And what's she going to talk to her friend about? What position he had you in? Was it good? Did he do this to you? What are you going to talk about? It happened. It was that stroke. It happened.
Your leg
what conversation do you have to have with your friend? You should have told me, girl. I
think that's going to be the conversation, because that is one of her close friends. Is why didn't she tell her? Now, remember, we did mention that the friend is now married, and apparently she was seeing this guy that she married while she was sleeping with the other guy. So it's a whole bunch of She's
not going to be able to maintain both. She's not going to be able to maintain that friendship and her relationship. And she's not.
You know what's going to suffer? It's probably going to be the friendship, especially if she already said it. Yeah. It's probably going to be the friendship that's going to go down in smoke. Because she trusted her the most.
And isn't that the norm?
She trusted her friend the most because that's her best friend.
And isn't that the norm? That's the norm, though.
My boy Nate chimed in. The relationship is not going to last. It will always bug the girlfriend.
We shall see.
It's not going to maintain.
I agree.
Yeah, and Asada agree. I would not want to think about my man with my friend before, during, or after me. So agree. So, sir, if you're watching, we are all invested in your relationship now, and so we need next week. So you will be our update next week. So whatever happened, let us know. And I need to know that y'all have a good Valentine's Day. Did she get you anything? So speaking of Valentine's Day, let's get some updates. How was everyone's Valentine's Day?
Cold and full of snow. Everybody. We snowed in, man.
Even me.
Yeah. We snowed in.
But did you do anything?
At home.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's a good thing.
I ain't letting y'all into my house, man.
Hold on.
Y'all in this house.
We don't want to know details.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry.
We don't want to know.
I'm just saying.
Nick did the bend on you, boy.
I'm just saying. We ain't gonna get all in that.
We didn't want to know all of that. We were saying, did you have a nice Valentine?
Yeah, we're just trying to defend ourselves because y'all went in on us last week about the fact that it's not for y'all and we don't do nothing for y'all and we selfish and we don't think about us. And I was just trying to see if any women heeded all that backlash we got and if you got loved on. I don't want to know the details.
Correct.
Aside of we don't want to know the details.
I definitely don't want to know if he got loved on. I don't want none of that. Keep that to yourself. That's kind of weird.
Since you don't want to know, yes and yes.
So you had a good.
You my boy.
In trouble. Look, Mr. Smokefella got in trouble last week because he couldn't.
I heard about that.
Anything. I just want to give y'all an opportunity to give your wonderful ladies shout outs because I know my sisters did a wonderful job on y'all for Valentine's Day.
Well, I'm gonna give my wife a shout out, period, point blank. But we don't even do Valentine's Day.
Okay.
We don't do none of them hallmarks because we love on each other all the time. We always buying and doing for each other. So Valentine's Day is nothing to us, and I mean nothing. We didn't do absolutely nothing.
Damn.
Hold on. Lisa, I need details. So you say
coordinate the
Valentine's Day, but he got you an appointment to get your vaccine in March. Girl, that's a good Valentine's Day gift.
Oh, wow.
He want to keep you safe.
He was trying, girl. He was looking in the
future. Okay. This is Smokefella redeemed.
He redeemed himself.
Good.
Yay.
Well, Lisa guy just added one of the things you do not do on Valentine's Day. Put that on the don't gift list.
Right.
That is COVID. That is definitely on the do not.
He scheduled her test for her. He scheduled her vaccine for her.
Okay, so the men chimed in. We don't want details. They had good Valentine's Day because regardless of all that.
Hey, what you give me for Valentine's Day? Here's your schedule for your vaccine.
Right.
My man.
That was kind of creative because it's hard to come back in the Chicago.
That is a valuable gift in this day and age right now.
It was an envelope with her card.
Yes.
Damn.
Like a gift card. You got a gift card, a voucher.
Just make sure he scheduled your first and second dose, boo.
There you go.
Right.
Don't want you out.
Get both of them. Don't half-ass it. Go all in.
All right, Camo, tell me, did you have a good Valentine's Day? Because I just want to say, men, all that backlash y'all gave us, it sounds like the ladies came through like we always do, and y'all had an enjoyable day. So, Camo.
Oh, you waiting on me to say something? Oh, okay. I had a couple of big heads and crickets and blank stare. A couple of big heads. Yeah, I celebrated with myself.
You got some text that said, "Hey, big head."
Hey, big head.
You got the big head. The big head hip
Yeah. I made myself my own crab boil and my drink, and I watched the movies, and there you go.
So Nate said he was on his radio show, quiet, uneventful. Gave some lovers some shout outs. Okay, so
yes.
Relationship saves. Nate saves the day. We do that too here. So okay.
What about you?
Uneventful. At least you got a hey big head text. Like nobody texted me. I didn't get any I got some later texts like today and yesterday. I was like, hey, I was thinking about you. You weren't thinking about me on the 14th. You didn't even send me a hey big head text. I'm a little in my feelings.
Just a tad bit.
Damn.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I will say my best friend came through, made sure we had the roses and for me and my daughter. And baby girl woke me up at the crack of dawn, made up my face, and for my Facebook friends, y'all saw she put me in the red dress and pumps, and so I did have fun dressing up and feeling sexy, nowhere to go, but I felt cute. So
there you go,
man. Between COVID and the cold is all to be damned out here,
man. Listen,
it was
so
freezing,
cold. It was so cold Sunday. If a fool went out for Valentine's Day, he's crazy.
Right.
I'd have been in the crib.
How you gonna be sexy with 3 scarves, a skull cap, and mittens on? There ain't nothing
Work it
sexy
out,
about
work
that.
it out, work it
And
out.
I just want to say it was like 15 degrees here in El Paso too.
I know y'all was down.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't go anywhere.
15.
I know y'all died out there.
Nah.
So did you watch movies? Love Bug?
So I watched like an idiot. I binge watched Married at First Sight. Thank you, sis. So yeah, I was see. Robin was smart. She was watching cop shows and How to Get Away with Murder.
What the hell?
Listen, if you're not in a relationship,
How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah,
that's what single people watch on Valentine's Day. You don't want to watch none of the sappy love shows. I made the mistake. I was like, oh, I'm a binge watch Married at First Sight because I was trying to find out why everybody hate Chris, and I found out. But I was all in my feels after that, and so that probably wasn't a good idea.
Hey, well, at least she didn't watch Snapped.
No,
that's about as worse as when BET show Roots on Christmas.
Okay, wait, hold on now. Lavana had a good Valentine's Day. She got 2 invitations. Girl, we gonna have
you accepted the hate.
No, finish reading it though.
Guys, I hadn't heard from all year for Valentine's Day. I thought that was weird. I turned them down because I'm not dating either one of them. Okay, now that's a good. See, she listened to us because first dates should never be on Valentine's Day. Wasn't that one? I think Robin gave that tip. Don't go out if you ain't dating them. Yeah,
Fam tried to catch you slipping. So he can catch on a vulnerable day.
Wait, he didn't say hey, big head in the right way. They didn't say hey, big head.
Yeah, he tried to catch you slipping.
I'm trying to get this glare out of my face. I'm tired of
Right. Yeah. We ain't go. Okay, so listen, y'all. Me and Tiffany backstage. We're gonna give y'all a little sight into our backstage stuff. The fellows don't know because they was late as usual. We said
I was not late.
Have a conversation about Married at First Sight next week because it is a lot going on in this season. Like Chris and Paige, like we gotta talk about that because I'm trying to figure out why she's still there. Baby, you committed like this was your boo-boo for real. You gotta take that one night stand and go ahead and take that annulment. But okay.
Yes. So I you know what? I watched a couple of, sappy little love stories, and then by that time I had finished my bottle. So I said, oh, I'm gonna watch the Malcolm and Marie movie.
Oh,
that jacked up my whole buzz. I was disturbed when I started 10 minutes in. I was like, what the hell did I started watching? And then, I put a post up on Facebook, like, does it get any better? Should I just stop watching it? And everybody's like, let it go. It's dysfunction at its best. And that was it. And then
somebody else posted about that. I was like, okay, what is this? I never heard of it.
I said I'll go back when I'm not.
I saw your commentary and I was like, not watching that then.
Yeah, I said I'll go back when I'm not drunk. Actually, one of the viewers from here, Q, he actually inboxed me and he said that what he really thought it was an insightful movie. Of course, you have to be in the right state of mind to watch it. So I said I'm gonna watch it when I'm not buzzed.
It's a thinking movie.
It's a thinking movie, and I should have been trying to think on Valentine's Day.
Okay. So. Okay, when Nunu gives the review, she said she thought it was an excellent art performance of a film. So, so definitely sounds like you need to be sober so you can enjoy the actual. Jerome, I'm with you. It's frozen. Houston, El Paso, all the Texas.
Oh, he just came from there. He was stuck. They canceled his flight and everything. He just got back.
Can I state, going back to the Married at First Sight show you were talking about?
Yes.
You said take that one night stand and what you say do to the girl?
Deuces. Go.
You got to be a real effing dirtbag to go on a show and smash and dash on some Get Married at First Sight.
No.
That's some dirtbag stuff.
Smash. I mean, listen, they slept together and they're married, right? It's a legal marriage. So okay. Right. But then she wakes up to him telling her that he's not attracted to her.
Dirtbag. He wasn't attracted to her before he slept with her. That's the definition of a dirtbag.
And then we it's so much more, because then the next day she found out his ex-fiance that he just broke up with 3 months ago is 6 weeks pregnant, and like she like, I think I'm okay.
Double
dirtbag. As the money said, that's real
dirtbag. If you ain't watched all the way through episode 5, we're gonna talk about it next week. But it is a lot of mess going on that show. And the whole point of you marrying a stranger and letting the experts pick, girl, you could do, what did Tyler Perry say? You do bad by yourself. You could pick that dirt bag with your own picking.
But can I ask, was he wrong for sleeping with her, knowing he wasn't attracted to her, even though they was married on the show?
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay. Or at least tell me that before you smash. Don't wake up after we done had several instances of sex and then tell me I'm ugly.
And I think I'm giving you my best.
He wouldn't have been able to smash if he said that first.
Exactly.
Like, no, sir.
True.
Prime dirtbag. Dirtbag extraordinaire.
And then she went and told his mama and daddy. Did you just go tell your mom and daddy that he smashed me last night and then called me ugly this morning? It's a whole dynamic we got to discuss. We're not discussing tonight.
I'll wait for the review. I'll wait for the weekly preview from y'all. I'm not watching that.
Daddy said, you know what, son? I knew you was gonna be a dirtbag.
Right.
Oh my God.
He was a born dirtbag.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am going to have my moment, get it off my chest. I think we need to call this confessions. I think we need to start calling this confessions.
Okay.
So yesterday, Hallmark has created yet another doggone holiday. For those of y'all who don't know, it's called SAD, Single Awareness Day.
Wait, what?
What?
Look it up. Google it.
It won't matter to y'all because y'all.
What it's called? It's called Single
Awareness Day.
Awareness Day is February 15th, and it is the day that singles are supposed to love on themselves and their single friends to make up for being tortured on Valentine's Day, watching all of you couples post all of the stuff that y'all did, right? So it's sad. Single Awareness Day.
And somebody gonna fall right into that door.
That is such a slap in the face and disrespectful.
Really? Listen, I had to ask Alexa. She actually responded to me that time. She left me hanging on the show, but she responded and told me. She told me this is the day I should exchange gifts with myself, order myself dinner, send myself flowers, all that stuff. I was like, are you serious?
I'm not doing that.
This is a real thing. So I'm not doing all that. And I'm gonna tell everybody. So I'm gonna share my single awareness story, and then we're just gonna move on to the next topic. Listen, I am called Love Bug for a reason. Anybody that knows me knows that I love love. Anything with love, I'm in love with it. Love relationships, even when I'm not in one. I'm a hopeful, romantic, poetry, all that. That's Nick, right? Hey, I usually go all out for my babies for Valentine's Day. Even if I got a man or not a man, my babies are my Valentines. I go all out because I love the holiday. I love to celebrate it. I love holidays, right? Y'all, not this year. Like, I literally gave my children the bag of candy in the bag. Like, literally, I was like, here goes some Hershey's for you. Here goes some Hershey's for you.
You left them in the Walmart bag?
You ain't even
making because I'm bougie, and I didn't even go like early. I went on Valentine's Day, so I went back there to the 50% off candy and just grabbed. I almost got them like a Fannie Mae thing that said teachers. Like, when I say I was checked out, because that was all that was left. Is you a great teacher? Because the kids ain't in school, so I don't even know why they mass produce those. But like, man,
wow,
Nick shortcutted the kids. Wow.
I'm with Tia.
Sad chick acknowledgement.
He said that sounds like sad chick acknowledgement. Wow.
This is sad.
Like, why? Bars. Definitely bars.
All right, you win. That was bars. That was hot.
Hilarious.
That was hot right there. But listen, I didn't have any desire like to do anything special for my children. I took baby girl out for some pampering, and I was like, "Hey, this your Valentine's Day gift." Like it. I usually do baskets and bears, and I'm gonna tell you what I came to the conclusion, and I need my HSS folks to weigh in on what's happening. I think being single for the amount of time that I have been single is starting to harden me. I was like, this is a lot of work. I don't really care. I was a little bitter, even going in for the 50% off candy. I still want to knock everything off the shelf. Like
fight it all.
You're gonna flip over time.
And not in a way where I was envying other people, but like I just don't want like the relationship, the work, love. Like I found myself giving up, and that made me super sad when I recognized that I didn't go hard on this day, and that's not like me. So I basically had to refrain from reaching out to some people and hitting them with the hey big heads to make myself feel better.
Facts.
Yeah,
I didn't. So proud of me. But man, I was in my feelings. I was really in my feelings, and so I want to talk about it. Is there a point in time where you've been single for so long that being single is just easier than dating?
Of course. Of course. It's no
get it. When do you just let it go?
I've been single for quite some time. So and haven't really dated. And I just kind of
I'm in my zone now.
Yeah, and it had nothing to do with me not wanting to date. So originally I chose not to date because I knew that there were some things I needed to get together for me. But that was in 2019 because 2020 was about to be my year. And then the pandemic happened and it was like, what the hell? So, so now it's kind of like, and I've had guys reach out to me that actually I used to be genuinely interested in, and I'm just not like there. And it has nothing to do with.
Asada nailed it. She nailed how it just feels like
unnecessary work.
And
coming from a guy's perspective, I'm gonna say the same thing. At some point, you get tired. You get tired of trying to chase somebody and you want to run out, you want to go do this, go do that, and then at some point it don't work. So you get tired of it. You okay with just kicking it by yourself. And every now and then getting a little smash buddy every now and then keep it moving again. But as far as dating, trying to go into these relationships, sometimes you do get tired of it, man. You get comfortable with doing what you're doing. You.
Yeah.
And that's what Asada made a great point about comfort zone too. Like when you get in your comfort zone, I think it's human nature to adapt to your environment. And so at some point you do get used to it, but I still think naturally, I still don't think loneliness is natural. So you could be single and not lonely.
Correct.
Some people can do that. Now, if you single and lonely, now we start getting into the depression and things like that. But it is these holidays like Christmas and Valentine's Day. Well, it does kind of remind you. I think it's the hardest part is when you're newly single, right? Newly single.
October through February.
Single's hard.
It's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough. And I want to talk about the fact that for the most part, our viewers are over 40, right? And so dating over 40 sucks. I think Asada nailed it. Folks is setting their ways at 40. I'm not it's really hard. It's hard, I
don't have time for the BS.
Yeah, our BS definitely our flag is up. And so my question is are we still sticking to our list? Because the dating pool, let me just tell you, the pool sucks. And I'm here to make that announcement. I'm here to just let all y'all ladies know. I know his breathing gets on your nerves and he chews with his mouth open, doesn't pick up his drawers. But baby, do not let your single friends fool you.
Don't let us trick you.
The dating pool looks like a cesspool mixed with the Chicago River after they done dyed it green for St. Patrick's Day. Okay.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay. So no, I don't think it's that bad. I think our experiences will taint us to believe that it's that bad. I think that there's still some great men out there. I promise you there are. We just ain't cross paths. Or we cross paths and they're not meant for us.
Or they already married.
I mean, yeah. But we talking about yes, that too.
Okay, Nate, we coming back to your comment. So, Nate, we're not even gonna talk about your comment because that gets us our topic. So yes.
Yeah, so I will say my list used to be like I had a 40-point checklist back in the day in my 20s, right?
40 points.
I'm trying to tell you, dog. I had a whole
they take used cars.
list, dog. I had a whole list, and if you did not check that list, oh, it was a wrap. Right about now, I'm probably at about breathing on your own and able to use your penis. Like anything after that is negotiable, right?
Damn.
Hey, Lord, boy. You remember how you used to go rent a car and they had that notepad and they go around the whole car?
I'm trying to tell you.
Camo checking stuff off.
Okay. No, you ain't gotta do that.
Back in my 20s, I was serious. Like you had to have X amount of things, and then the older that I got, I realized that it wasn't as important as to how you make me feel, right? Because when I was younger, it's more about the materialistic stuff, about what I thought you could do for me or do with me, versus now is how can you make me feel? Like I want to feel loved. I want to feel supported. So that's really what I'm looking for. I was cracking a joke about that breathing, but that's some shit right about now, ladies. And over 40, hey, we gonna start talking about it. We said we was gonna have a conversation about bodies and how things go, but yeah, that's some real talk, dog. So breathing
kind of brings up our other guests, which are our folks in the chat. Lavonna brings up a great point. She says we have to prioritize what's important. We won't get all you want. And listen, what I'm gonna tell you, I think you hit it, Camo. I realized that my list was not what I wanted.
Right.
And I laughed because we got on the fellas. Oh, it wasn't y'all. I was in a Zoom meeting because we Zoom everything now. I was in the dating group and they had like a Zoom discussion, and the guys was talking about the women hair wigs and the way that turns y'all off. And I was like, well, that's what y'all mouths say, that y'all don't like the wigs and the eyelashes and the makeup. But when we be on the gram,
these comments is off the
like, got the eyelashes and all that. And so I'm like, I'm just saying. So just I didn't learn that what I thought I liked and what I like ain't the same. So I would stop trying to pick them myself, because clearly my picker is broke. And so I acknowledge that. I also acknowledge I'm a little tainted. I'm a little, and I get that. And that was the scary part for me, is that I don't want to become one of those people who are like, if you ain't this and that and all that, then don't interrupt my singleness. Like, I am never going to be one that like, single is amazing. Because like when I had to clean that snow yesterday, I was like, this is why I left Chicago. If I ain't going to have no pool, I need to live somewhere where I ain't got a shovel. Like this.
Hey, big head, can you come hit the snow for me?
Happy Valentine's. You know it's snow, right?
You hit the big head.
So I think so. A part of it is age. Like we always say, as we get older, you start to, like, everything looks different. You start to value time different, right? And some people actually face the reality of growing old alone, and that's scary. If you've ever seen someone old and alone, it's really like it's sad. And they're usually real bitter. You always have that bitter old person who just cursed at everybody and screamed at the kids about getting off the grass and all type of wild stuff. But I mean a lot, and well, just that person you work with. You ever seen that older person at work that's just evil as all hell? And you'd be like, why don't you just get you some or do something with your life? Like, just mad. But a lot of that I think it does come from that, and we suppress. I think it's easy to suppress the fact that you just settle for being alone. And it's not, and a lot of people won't come out and say, I'm not okay with being alone. because especially black folks, we hate to say we not okay. Like every time you ask, how you doing? I'm fine, I'm good, I don't care. That's how I don't care. I don't give up about, you know what I mean?
In the least.
Right.
But you hit it on the head, Lucky. That's where a lot of that bitterness comes from. It comes from being alone, not having that everyday or common interaction with people. You know what I'm saying? Nobody will love on you, whether it's relationship wise or family wise. You know what I'm saying? Or just friendship. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just somebody to talk to. Right.
Yeah. See,
and can I put a disclaimer out here real quick? Ladies, if any lady over 35 that's still talking about I don't give a, excuse my language, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, tell her go lay on somebody's couch. You are too old not to care about nothing. Stop with that I don't care about nothing stuff. Stop it. We don't believe you. You're lying. Go lay on somebody's couch, kick your feet up, and cry in a notepad or something. Because that is ridiculous. I hate when I hear that. I don't give up. I don't give up. I don't give up.
That is the notepad.
Please, yes, please. Go lay on somebody's couch.
That is important, people.
Yeah,
therapy works. It's okay. Therapy works. It's okay to go talk to somebody.
Therapy works.
It does.
That's something else about us black folks. We too prideful to go and talk to somebody else about our problems.
Right.
And sometimes your friends,
black folks don't have no problem.
Right.
Everybody else is the problem. We ain't the problem. If y'all just do what y'all supposed to do, I'd be okay.
That's exactly. Right. And it's just some things that Jesus and the dildo can't fix. Go talk to somebody.
Wow. How do you put those two in the same sentence?
Excuse me. I need you to use his proper name. It is Bob. Battery operated boyfriend.
Yeah, that.
Get it right.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
Put Jesus in the same sentence with Bob.
Because black folks always say pray on it. The black folks always say pray on it. Pray on it.
We going to hell.
Pray on it.
We going to hell. Thank God. This is why every Sunday I think I'm gonna be able to go back to church, and then here come y'all, and I can't go back to church because somebody say something. But you're right. Vanessa say we talk to bartenders. Those are
facts. Those are facts.
Now that is true.
Those are definitely facts.
We the bartenders.
Right.
Now I think Robin brings up a good point that bitterness is a choice. I also think it's a effect of what you've gone through and not healing.
And then also add in the middle of a pandemic, right? So for those of us that were single leading into the pandemic and then didn't connect with somebody during the pandemic, like this whole season from October to now has really been a little different because now you really do realize you're alone, right? I remember the first few months of the pandemic, I'm like, well, damn, I got my mama, my niece, my brother. Like it brings it home, and it's like, who's checking on me? Like while I'm checking on everybody else and doing X, Y, and Z, like who's checking on me? So I think this took it to a whole nother level this year. Like, well, damn. So yeah, therapists. Bob, you said Bob and Jesus, huh? Bob and Jesus.
I'm just saying, it's some things that just can't fix, and I hear, even being on social media, I see so many people just like with this I don't care about nothing attitude, man. You too damn old now. How you don't care about nothing? Like it's such a defense. It's such a defense mechanism. But what they don't realize is such a turnoff for a man that may be checking you out. You know what I mean? Don't nobody want to deal with all that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
It's for social media, bro.
It's terrible. It's such a turnoff. And you know, I think people, and somebody needs to tell them as a friend, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop saying that. Stop doing that. Like, be real with yourself.
And we telling them right now, y'all are
they got friends that have told them that. They just don't listen to their friends.
Yeah.
Well, luck is your friend. I'm telling you tonight. Hello, friends. Stop it. It looks stupid. It's nothing cool about it. There's nothing cool about saying what you don't care about and looking bitter at this age. Even if you are single, like still be, you know what I'm saying? Be humble and be open to things. Like don't be like that.
And that's on both sides, because it ain't just, you know what I'm saying? That's I think some very bitter men and bitter women. So I think we all need to do that internal work in order to be in relationships. Because I need to, I want my list. I want to think more than just, breathing and just saying.
Joey got a great point. She said it's bitter people in relationships as well. Some people so angry they stayed and have been in a relationship for years and it's dead and not edifying their soul, and they turn angry and bitter. Me personally, if I'm not happy, I'm moving around.
There it is.
Who said when you just let it go?
You gotta just let it go. And I would say for me, like the wake up call, I think y'all, I had to remind myself of who I am, and I cannot let my circumstances harden my heart, because if my heart hardens, then I will become one of those bitter people, and then I'm going to attract people. But I think Nate also brings a good point, because dating sucks in certain areas. And I think we have to acknowledge that. Like, I cannot wait. Hey, Jenna. I cannot wait to be somewhere where seeing chocolate people is a regular occurrence, and not, I get excited when I see chocolate people. Like, I seen a lady, she had these dope knotless braids in Target, and I like followed her to tell her, like, your braids are amazing. You look wonderful. Because she probably was like the only other Black person in Target at that moment other than me. Like, and I was excited. Like, so I'm just telling you, I can't wait to get somewhere.
I think you need to move, because that's a sad story. Almost Saturday and Pride.
It's the same thing, right? Like, it's difficult when you are somewhere. And,
you're making me drink. I am getting depressed listening to that.
I'm drinking light. I'm going to catch up with Lucky in a minute.
Listen, y'all, it's rough down here. Y'all would think that being near one of the largest army bases, that I would have a plethora of choices.
I would think.
Well, don't you have to be more open to dating outside of your race then, in your situation? I know. You always show the brothers love. You show the brothers love, but in your situation, you gotta adapt to your environment.
You're very uninterested,
right? You gotta adapt to your environment. So if it's only 5 brothers in El Paso, you may have to holler at Bravo or Julio.
That means I need to move. Let me just say this, and I said it on the show. I love my Black men, and it's going to take more than some geographical challenges. Now, if a dope man that's not Black comes to me and puts in the work, okay. But let me be very clear. I love my Black men.
I got $10. She's going to have a Latin lover taking tequila shots. I got $10.
Here in El Paso. And Tiffany was single with me.
She's going to be saucing on the beach.
Or she's going to be eating mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving.
Tiffany, let me just say this. She said there's some Black men here. There are Black men here. But Tiffany, it's an age difference between you and me. I think the fact that I'm over 40, all I'm getting is Sergeant Major, 9 months here, my family back at home, options. I ain't really getting nobody, or they retired from the military and they certifiable, getting 100% disability and got issues that I don't know that I'm ready to deal with. So,
but we've talked about this before, but you would be open to long distance dating, right?
Oh, I'm open to long distance. He ain't got to be here. And let's be clear. Let me be clear. My
long
job
distance
is
sucks.
Stop. Listen.
That sucks.
See, even Tiffany understands. It's an age difference. She's younger than me, so she has more options than me.
Well, get your cool on.
I work remote. So y'all gotta stop playing with me. El Paso is a temporary stop. I got another 18 months here. My baby girl graduates from high school, and the world is my oyster. So y'all better stop playing with me. I have no problem with moving.
Okay.
So why you there?
Fellas, you hear it.
Huh?
Why you there? What if you get your little Latin lover or something? Get your little Italian, little Rocky Balboa or something going on down there. Might be what's right for you.
You got profiles on Cougars Oz?
Thank you, Nate. Thank you.
Get your cool on.
I live in New Mexico, and the culture is so different. They do not appreciate intelligent Black men. The culture leans towards men that are projects. A person who has things together is unusual down here and throws folks off. So,
wow.
I am telling you, it's a different world. And I don't know where Nick is going to land. This is going to be like, where's Waldo? But I'm telling you, in 18 months, Nick got a plan. And she going to be somewhere where chocolate is abundant and flowing.
Okay. Do it, girl.
Okay.
Do it.
Well, go ahead, Chocolate Thunder. Get your roll on.
So I will be moving, and so if y'all want to date me and y'all live somewhere, listen, you just got to do long distance. I can already tell you it won't be long distance forever. Nick is more than willing to move. You just got to let me get my baby through high school, and there it is. And there it is.
Now, how tough is that? Let's talk about it. Long distance dating, right? I've always been totally against that. Like I can't do it.
Why?
I can't. It's just it's too much. I mean, a phone relationship, you might well date somebody in jail. I mean, just write them a letter and call them every now and then. What's the difference?
No.
I mean, I don't know. For me, it's not personally. I cannot do it. There's gonna be some.
I can't come.
I need to touch. I need to be.
Hold on, y'all.
I agree. If I can't get in the car and come drive and see you, we got a problem. I ain't talking about no 3-hour drive.
Girl, send them applications to my DM right now. Okay, listen. Okay. Y'all stop the presses. We got a special guest that just popped in. Hold on.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
He ain't special. He irregular.
You all right?
You good?
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm moving to a warmer climate.
Hey.
Fuck this snow. I'm sorry, fuck this snow.
Man, I'm with you, but guess what? Right now, that don't matter. If you look at the weather, 75% of the United States is under snow. So I don't know where you think you might go.
I'm in El Paso, boo. I'm in the desert.
She got snow.
Hold up. Sorry, I'm gonna say this. If you down in them southern states, it ain't what it is here. Okay, let's get that clear.
You already know
I get you. Y'all got some snow and all that. Whoop-de-doo. But it ain't that Midwest.
I'm 6'1", and it's up to my knees.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's so bad I had to go out on the roof and get some of that snow off with a flat part of our roof because I'm scared it's gonna cave in out of the rock.
It's pretty bad.
Again, I just want to say to all of my Chicago folks, my snow has melted. So
you know you're real disrespectful right now.
And hold on. You know what? I was just gonna let y'all just go ahead and finish the show out. But I was listening with them in my headphones as I was fighting with the snow. But I'm sorry, you're not gonna take shots at the shot talking about the Green River and all of that. You will not. We only take shots at Gary, not the shot. Let's get this straight.
First up, let's be clear for all of my Chicago people, because I worked in a building that overlooked the Chicago River 2 days after St. Patrick's Day. That is the nastiest looking, not really green, more like swampy looking.
That's because it got bodies in there, okay?
I agree with that.
A lot of them.
Got some bodies in there.
It's like embalming fluid. But hey, back to the show real quick. I got a question because we talked about long distance relationship. I want to know if any of our people, our viewers, have you ever been in a successful long distance relationship, or if you ever been in one, period? You've been in one. So what was the? Well, we know what the outcome was. That ain't no shot, love, bud. I mean, you said you single. I mean, we clearly didn't work. Hey, so
that's a shot, love bug. I don't care what he said.
Come on, man, that's not a shot.
We cannot be triggered by that.
That's not a shot. I mean, you single, so clearly it didn't work. So what happened?
I've been in a couple of long distance relationships. My issues with long distance relationships was not the distance. But I think that's because I'm more flexible than most. I travel for a living. So it's nothing for me to get on a plane and come. I work off of a laptop. So I don't think it was the distance. It was the fact that I was dating someone who was emotionally unavailable, which is probably why they chose the long distance, because then you get the benefits of a companion in a relationship, but you don't get all of the other stuff that comes with it. And as things began to progress and get more serious, then that relationship fell apart. Because my thing is, I agree, long distance relationships are work, but you got to go in them understanding what you have to do different in a long distance relationship. So for me, when I was dating someone long distance, I made a open win box every 3 months for him. And literally that's time consuming, but it had open when we've had an argument and you're mad at me. Open when we've had an argument and I'm mad at you and won't talk to you. And it literally, and the agreement was when you open it, you gotta call me and we gotta shut up.
Sweet. That is so sweet. That is so
you have to think about how to do open when you're hot. Literally, I had like $2 in there and was like, go get you a slushie. Or open when you've had a bad day and I had a letter of encouragement. So you have to think about how to make your presence felt when you're not there. And you also have to make a commitment on time frames. My love language is physical touch. We can't go more than 6 weeks without seeing each other, period. So that had to be an agreement. How we gonna work these flights out? Because I'm coming there, you coming here, how long you staying, and that was our cycle.
You got to put that relationship in the budget, huh?
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That got to go in the budget.
But
travel expenses.
I mean, unless you can drive to them. If you can drive to each other, that's different. But when you got to actually get on the plane.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you something I love about long distance relationships, though. I love the intimacy because I wasn't there, and it wasn't all about him having sex. The conversations was amazing, and we started doing dumb stuff like we used to do in high school. Okay, we finna watch this movie together. I'm talking about pre-pandemic. We finna watch a movie together. We on the phone all day long. Yes, smoke fella.
I'm sorry, but you didn't answer my man's question. You just got on this diatribe about the relationship. He said, "What happened? Why did it end?"
And we got some great comments to read too.
Right.
So let's get these comments too, while we at it.
I'm just saying, I love the story and all that. Oh, on a sad note, when I first turned on the show, I thought you had a cowgirl hat on, and I was gonna go in, but I see that you got a little swag over there.
Thank you.
Because everybody that then said they've done it either said it didn't work or they'll never do it again. So let's read some of these.
Okay, so Imani said she had. Imani, would you do it again? Let's see. Nate said, I've done a couple, not successful. I tried. I really did. You have to be next to someone continuously to really get to know them.
Facts, Nate. Facts.
Jenna said, I have. Never again.
Never again. Who else we got?
Let's see. Wasn't until I was around here for a span of 2 weeks and found out he had a plethora of issues.
A plethora.
He was clearly in 2 different places in life. First up, y'all gonna stop making me prove that I did hooked on phonics. Y'all have been throwing like big words I didn't have to read.
Whoa, we don't have
The second one, Rob said, I ended up marrying her.
All right, that's a success story.
That's good.
I think it can work, but I think it's different. That's all I'm gonna say. You cannot go into it with the same frame of mind that you go into it with the person that's right here.
You got to be built for that.
And you got to be built for it.
If you ain't built for that, don't even step into that arena if you ain't built for it.
And you have to be confident in yourself and your relationship, because that's where a lot of the problems stem from. People are not comfortable. Yeah, they're insecure about their relationship.
Yep, not trusting that person when they're away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but don't like the phone thing get old quick. Like,
it's like you gotta make an agreement to that.
I know. Now you got Zoom and all these different videos.
No, Zoom don't do it. Like, we can only phone sex for so long. I gotta lay eyes on it. Like, I gotta be able to touch you.
I was trying not to say phone sex, but since you brought it up,
well, now you can have video sex. There you go. So
you might well get a blow up now.
Somebody gonna have to move.
Nate said someone has to move.
Somebody got to move.
Right.
I mean, I think that's true.
Yeah, like it can't go on. Like it can't be that we are going to be in a perpetual long distance relationship. Like Lefty said, then that's like jail. Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, for me, it was like, okay, like we'll date and then
what's that?
That's Jill. You know, you put your hand up on the glass.
Right on the glass. Right. I love you. Keep your head up.
Wait, no, you gotta be like
being stupid.
Right.
Y'all both put y'all hand up like this, man.
Hey, and then you fly out for your conjugal visit. Right. Your conjugal visit every 3 months.
And as you leaving, you do it like this.
Right. And he's so backed up. He's so backed up he can't last through a TV commercial. Because he ain't seen you. And then you done flew down there for a quickie. You just mad all the time.
I don't know where we went left.
It did go left, didn't it? Sorry.
Asada, this is your Tuesday tomfoolery. Like I don't know what we will be talking about, but tomfoolery will be a part of it. That's all I can tell you. That's the only guarantee I can make. Okay, so speaking of tomfoolery, we're not gonna talk about long distance relationships anymore. Speaking of tomfoolery, y'all. So Russell is back in the news with Sierra, right? And I seen the young folks on Twitter and Instagram where he posted and talked about the only thing that he fears is losing Sierra.
That's so sweet.
Oh.
That's sweet.
And he got called a simp again.
That is not a simp.
And he got a lot of backlash for simping again. And so I want to talk about
come on with it.
Is Russell a simp? And why? Okay, Camo, you say he's not a simp.
He is not a simp. I love the fact, I love how he loves on Sierra. I love their relationship. I think that he has shown he's shown in real time how to love a woman, but he's also shown how to work through situations. Like when he met Sierra, she was dealing with crazy old Future and that whole custody battle, but he stayed in and he stayed the course. And and he's now helping to raise his son. So, I mean, that in itself, if I don't understand how that could be called a simp, I think that's strong. That's strong. Not too many men will step in to take care of somebody else's child. That's one. And then two, to be so upfront and honest about his love for his wife, or even when he was dating her, like he's been very forthright about how he loves her. Like I wish, I mean, it gives you hope for the future, because it reminds me of like relationships of old, like my parents and my grandparents and other people that I admired that are older. Like it gives me hope for romance in the future.
Okay, so
hey, I just want to let Imani know they was using simp back when the L Rookins was still gang banging.
That is true.
Rookins? Did you go that far back?
Yeah, L Rook. No, nobody say
that means some L Rookin must have put that out there.
Nobody say simp.
He is not a simp. He values her. He respects her. He truly treats her like a queen. A lot more men needs to be like him.
Of course, the ladies were going to say
black men. Asada said, I applaud him for not being afraid to express his love. Many can learn from him. Yes. And Nate said, dude knows where his bread is buttered. I don't think he should have said it out loud, but dude knows what he has to do to keep her. I ain't mad at him. So let me go to one of the fellas, and I'm going to Mr. Smoke Fella because we haven't had you all night. Is Russell a simp? Why? Why not?
No, he's not. And it's just about the fact that he said it. He put himself out there, showed that he was vulnerable for his wife. But one, have you seen his wife? Stop it.
Right.
Okay. Have you seen her dancing in the videos and all that? Stop it. He's shooting the club up, as we all know, because he got a newborn. He's shooting the club up. Man, stop. But it's just people out there hating on the fact that he came out and said that, and he gonna get in the locker room from his guys and all of that stuff. Like Nate said, maybe he shouldn't have came out and said it that way, because most people are gonna clown him on, especially in the locker room. Even if it wasn't no social media out there, he's gonna get clowned in the locker room. You know what I'm saying?
However, so Anna wants you to tell she's not up to speed on what Russell said this time.
You know the exact words? Like they asked him what did he fear the most, and he didn't say. He said it wasn't losing his money or was something else. It was losing.
He wasn't afraid of games, and basically football and all that. But the one thing that he feared is, the fear is that he would lose his wife. And I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, because I'm sure the three of us on this panel, we may not come out and say it, but we don't want to lose. We don't want to lose the individual that we are with. We don't. But we ain't coming out.
Good job.
Saying that, hey, I got to make up for last week.
Are amazing. We got our own Russell Wilsons right here on here.
I got to make up for last week because, I was in the hot seat.
I'm called a simp all the time because they already know how I feel about my wife. As Ben say, they already know I'm gonna shoot up the club, and I ain't gonna lie, I love my wife to death, and I would be scared of losing her. Whatever, Ben. When you get through talking, we already know. Keep it up, I'm gonna get you in trouble again. Keep it up, Ben. So yeah.
Let's break the term. Let's break the whole sentence down. Like a fear of losing her. Like this is your wife. You know you're a good man. I wouldn't go as far as say a fear of losing, because if I'm doing my part and doing what I'm supposed to do and loving you the right way, I got you. Right? Fear, and that's like, I think the words, look, here's my only thing with Russ. Like, be careful what you, especially being public figures, what you put out there. Yeah. Because you all are making your relationship almost too perfect. Too perfect. So one slip up by anybody or any little thing go wrong or whatever, it just gets people gonna drag you through the mud. It was cool to me if the question, if they were referring to that, if that was a question about how you feel about your wife, that's how you answer it. They were asking him something sports related, if I'm not mistaken, and he throws that in there. Like, you don't have to try hard to prove like your love for someone.
Or maybe he had already done something wrong and that was his way of making it up.
Maybe.
It could be something behind scenes that we don't know, but right now, Russell's stock went up with the women, and he's gonna be the next. He's gonna be the next. What is it?
The sexiest man alive
of the year and all of that. He next on there because his stock just went up. So
I'm with Damani. I'd like to know the exact context of how this went, because they asked him something sports related. What was he? Maybe he was trying to make himself look like the big man on campus. Like, man, I don't care about this football. I ain't worried about losing no games. I done did this. I done did that. This is the only thing that really worries me. Maybe that's the context he was using. So it really depends on how he was trying to say this.
Or maybe he was holding himself accountable.
Right.
I mean, you have to. I mean, at some point in time, people become comfortable in their relationship. So maybe this was his way of just saying, I don't plan on getting comfortable to the point to where I could lose you because I'm not doing anything to keep you. I'm just keeping the status quo.
Well, I would say don't even put it out in the air as far as losing someone.
True.
Just don't even put that out. Don't even put that out in the atmosphere. Because if you've ever been in a situation where you can try, you can try so hard not to lose something that you end up losing it. And then from a sports term, what they always tell us being like, you never go out fearing. Your whole focus is winning. Win, lose ain't even in the dictionary. That's nowhere around. Just like when you get married, there shouldn't be no such thing as divorce. That don't exist. That should not exist.
As I Google this, this was a article in Black Enterprise about 3 couples. Russell and Sierra was one. So this was kind of on some couple stuff. So I think they are taking this out of context of what he's saying and actually putting it, so this was about some couple shit. Okay. Let's just keep this real. And they blowing this out of proportion. This is a Black Enterprise about married couples and all of that and business wise. Yeah, he gonna placate to his girl. So stop the hate, man. The dude just was cheesing for the camera. and the article.
I would definitely not go as far as calling him a simp, but I will say perfection is hard to uphold. Like, so when you constantly publicizing your situation and you got this perfect persona over it, it's very hard to hold on to that. You know what I mean? So I think it's just a balance. I mean, I'm cool with how they are. I think they're a great couple. Love them. I think they both cute with their baby hair and all that other stuff going on. I think they're beautiful together.
Right.
Well,
I think he didn't really. Well, I guess the whole point was that, geez, I just lost my whole train of thought. But I think it's that they portray themselves to be perfect because they are very upfront and honest about how they work hard at their relationship. How do they make sure that they're communicating and seeing each other and spending time and being intentional? So I think that's the piece that people forget about. They just see the facade. They see, the beautiful people, right? Instead of understanding, as we all know, relationships are work and marriages are even more work. So really making sure to be honest about that and ourselves and knowing that we're not going to all wake up and have a Sierra and Russell relationship if we don't work for it.
Okay.
So what were 2 comments, Nick?
So like before we get them comments, before we hit those comments, I'm gonna read you because I got the article right here.
Yeah, Tiffany posted it.
Right. When Russell Wilson asked his wife about his biggest fear, she responded to his question with lightning speed, not being prepared. Sierra quickly responds, "Yeah, but I probably have one bigger than that," her husband responded. Sierra asked playfully, "What is losing?" "Yes, losing you." You know, it was in there.
Trouble.
You know what I'm saying?
He was in trouble.
It was cute.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, his stock just went up next year.
Yes.
Watch he be the most sexiest man alive for what is it? People magazine or whatever.
Right.
I like what Tandy said, and I'm sorry, I ain't pay my internet bill. It said perfect. No, I think that they know that they have imperfections and all. They just deal with their stuff inside of their home and present team us to those outsiders of the marriage that aren't factors. Everyone doesn't need to know their issues. Like, I think that's spot on.
That's a fact right there.
But I gotta bring a different view. Like, I hear all of y'all, and we all Team Russell. Please let me just say, ladies, I'm Team Russell. But I gotta do a caveat. I gotta do a spin and look at this from a different perspective, y'all.
Here we go.
Hey, we keep it real, raw, and relevant. I gotta represent all the sides of this story.
Come on,
go ahead.
I know a lot of ladies talk about, "Oh, Russell is amazing," and this and that. But y'all, we didn't have some Russells in our DM, and we ain't gave Russell the time of day because he's boring. He's the good guy. Because he's not a simp. He's not a simp to me, but he's corny. Let's just be honest. That Russell comes off a little corny sometimes. He comes off a little corny, and most women will tell you that I want a man with a little thug in him. I want to, like
LL. We want a roughneck. That's
right.
What we used to want.
And what you're gonna get is a child Wheeler. You're gonna get a Chad Wheeler.
Somebody said, "Was he ugly?"
Russell wanted to face the football. He got to be a little corny for his image.
So first up, taking it old school, because our audience is over 40. Let's be real that simp came out with gangster rap like 80s, 90s, and it was supposed to be the opposite of a pimp. A simp was somebody that spent all their money and got nothing, which is the opposite of a pimp who got money and didn't have to do nothing for the women, right? So Russell is by no means a simp.
At all.
By no means, by the definition that us 40-year-olds call a simp. He not a simp. A simp is the dude in the club that buy you and your girls 3 rounds of drinks and 3 orders of chicken wings, and you don't do nothing but kiss him on the cheek and be like, "I see you later." Like, yeah.
Barely do that.
You don't kiss them. No, you don't. You say,
"Don't get no cheek kiss, you get a thank you."
Right.
All you doing is smiling.
Or that's the person that you know when your cars got stuck this weekend, that he would come stop everything, drop everything, come dig you out, and then you going to go see your other dude.
AKA the lane. The lane. The lane. Let's just call it what it is. The lane. The lane. Hey, Nick, and I got a better question. Not just was in your DMs. How many of you all have had a dude like that and didn't appreciate it?
I think all women can say that they've had at
You've
least
had
one
a man like that and did not appreciate
in their life. At some point in time in their life, yes.
Now, Tiffany, now I'm not even gonna go with the ugly ones.
Bad breath, bad teeth, can't dress.
Damn.
I just think it's some guys that are
guys, yes,
too nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
That some women, and you know, we are not on this show because Mr. Smokefella take up the rest of our time talking about this. If we consider ourselves to be alpha females and he comes off as a beta, we eat him up. Right, so like
facts.
He not this, he not that, he not this, and you know so y'all. I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. Y'all need to stop pretending like y'all want to Russell.
But no, Russell has never said he wasn't no hoe at some point in time in his life, though.
Oh, even his hoeing was simpish. I mean, like,
damn,
wow.
Russell's last girlfriend, his wife. Fact check me if I'm wrong. She like cheated on him. He was hard. Nothing about him says I was a player. I was a thug. Anything that Russell did, he was single and having fun. But he is a guy that's loyal, and when he's committed and he puts his heart in it, he's in it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Can I just tell the audience how proud I am of Nick? Hearing her speak, I got a tear in my eye. Continue, love, bud. You talking that talk.
Eric
talking that talk. Yep, prisoner of the friend zone. Because you can't tell me.
I'm just gonna tell y'all real talk. The reason Sierra went is because Russell was a dope quarterback in the NFL with money.
She would not have talked to him. They'd been a regular dude. Not at all.
They come to you with the corny, with the shirt tucked in.
No,
but we don't know that. We don't know that because she said she prayed for herself when she met him, and that's how they ended up together. So we don't know that. We can assume.
Stop.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't see Russ being corny.
From Future to I mean, hell, she had Future. So
I'm sorry, Russ ain't corny. Because I do follow him on social media. He's not corny. He just talks proper. So people want to associate that with corniness. That's not corny. He's not corny at all. Dude is hilarious. You know, he got a little swag about himself. So he ain't that dude that y'all talking about.
And a lot of people eyes he'll be considered a little lame. I mean, compared to some of the other people in his profession or the heartbreakers that, you know, the women love. He would be considered. I'm not saying he is. I don't know the dude personally. Never been around him or nothing like that. But I think I'm a love bug. Everybody's like, oh, a Russell. But you've either had, or it's one that likes you, that you like you said, he boring, or he just don't have that, or he don't have that edge, or he don't have that edge to him that'll keep you turned on.
I'm just gonna say, I honestly think, like, I'm gonna give you some other examples. So we talk about Tay Diggs. We give him, you know, we had the whole conversation about interracial relationships. I'm gonna use myself as an example. I dated a guy, and Nick. He said we couldn't relate. Both of us black, but he normally dated outside his race. And we were like on two different levels because the things he liked to do was not things that I was accustomed to doing. And it did feel a little corny. It felt not that he wasn't funny, not that I didn't feel protected or safe. Like I felt like if somebody jumped out while we was out at the movies, that he would have handled it. It probably would have been a little different handle than what y'all would have did.
He would have negotiated. He would have negotiated.
What's she saying about us, man?
Y'all making us feel like some straight up thugs or something.
You saying y'all got a little bit of edge on y'all?
I'm saying my smoke fellas got some edge. Like what? Like I ain't never scared. If I'm at a smoke, if I'm with some smoke fellas, where there's a fella, when there's a fella, that's
there's hands and feet.
It ain't going. It ain't
hands and feet.
I'm safe, and that's what I'm saying. I think, but all of y'all are professionals and have great jobs, and absolutely. But Come on, like let's talk about when I first met y'all. Y'all went straight into Big Brother mode. We didn't even know each other. We was doing stupid stuff like with Otis at the pool when we broke into the pool. But I felt safe that Otis wasn't gonna lay hand. If anything, Otis had to get through y'all two before anything went down. So, like, listen, what my point is, I think that we as women have to acknowledge that we may not have, and I think Russell has an edge. Listen, I didn't see him like when she was pregnant and that ball was coming. Russell reflexes, them football reflexes kicked in. He moved her out the way. I was like, what? Like the protection is there, but I think on the surface, many guys like Russell because he's different, right? He was raised, he talks proper, his jokes is funny, but they corny. Like, I mean, I still remember a dude that he said something and I was like, oh, that's so corny. And dude broke up with me right then and there. He was so offended that I used that term with him. And it was just that your joke was corny. It was a dad joke. Like
corny is pretty offensive though. That's pretty offensive. It's like I know that now. Well, you know what? So this takes me back to, you remember when Barack was it his last speech as president when he praised Michelle, and everybody was just in tears, and it was this great moment, and I want someone to love me like that moment that everyone was having. So one of my Facebook homies, I don't know if he watched him, Brendan, he made a great post about that. Like, it's amazing how many women like claim they want that, but are you really ready to accept that type of love? Now you're the type of woman that deserves that type of love. So it really caused a big stir. The comments were going crazy. People were going crazy over it. You know what I mean? But like you said, I mean, either you've been a nice guy that's been burned, or you've seen nice guys get burned, or you may have been the other dude that was watching the chick burn, the nice guy. So it does, it happens a lot.
And I'm sure that Barack.
Yeah, but I gotta come and say that sometimes, we pass up the good guys.
Absolutely. I'm sure Barack had his share of rejects. Like, come on now. If he was not the president of the United States, none of us was going. I promise you. But
have you seen early pictures of Barack before he's saying
right? So she took a chance. So Michelle took her little chance or whatever and got the cornball because Barack is a cornball. As much as we love him, he's a cornball.
And if you go back, because the Salt and Pepper movie that just happened, was Salt was the tall with the blonde hair, right? Salt had made in an interview was talking about Will Smith tried to holler at her, but that's when he was on the Parents Just Don't Understand with the high top fade. But she wanted Tretch.
And Tretch is a hot ass.
Guess what?
Right. She wanted Tretch. Right.
Right now, if you go look in her memoirs where she was writing, she said, "I fucked up."
She's
exactly
right.
Sick.
Bars.
Exactly.
That's bars. Yeah, that's true.
But see, but a part of it is when you go back to that list. See, everybody want a Barack inside a Tretch body with a Tupac attitude. With a, with a Russell Wilson, affectionate, you want to put together this, you want to put all this stuff together. You know what I'm saying? You got to build up.
Michelle was corny too.
She was.
Yeah, probably so.
She's a little homie looking back in the day.
We got just chimed in. Very true. My husband was someone I probably would have never looked twice at back in the day because he's corny and was too much of a good guy for me because I was used to dating tough guys and men that really didn't know how to treat a woman. So I didn't have to realize, okay, I didn't want a disrespectful man, but I keep kicking the nice ones to the curb. And I think that's what happened with Sierra. Sierra was like, Future took me through the ringer and I ain't built for that.
A nice guy.
Yeah.
So wait. Great question. Was Russ the bounce back? Was he the rebound? Because he's a total 360 from Future, and it sounded like she was in love with Future, but Future dogged her. He dog walked her, and she went to the arms of somebody totally different. So was he somewhat of a rebound?
I ain't gonna say he was no rebound, man.
Wait a minute.
Based on the situation,
y'all do remember she was with Bow Wow.
Yeah, she was.
Bow Wow.
Okay, so he was not a thug. No, now he wants to play a thug. Back when they were together, they was not
a thug.
They was not.
At the end, he was still love Bow Wow. He was still love Bow Wow.
I mean, was that a career relationship though? Was that one of them things the record execs put together because they had a song together? I'm talking about like we know for a fact her and Future were in a relationship. Like that Bow Wow thing may have been some entertainment TMZ type stuff. Future, she was in love with Future, and Future dog walked her. And what was her next man she went to was 100% opposite of.
Well, maybe she sat on a couch and she talked it out with the therapist.
I'm just asking. I'm asking for our audience.
Maybe she just woke up and realized that she make bad decisions when it comes to men, so she gonna try this clean cut guy.
I can tell you right now, she realized that she was not about that loud. Yeah. She was not about that future life. She thought she was, but when she realized it, she was like, I ain't about this life.
How old was Lil Future when they got together? He was pretty young, right?
He was like 5 or 6.
No, he was younger than that.
He was like 1 or 2.
Okay. Come on, Nick, because me and you talk about this kind of stuff.
I won't speak for the women. I just want to tell you right now, when you've been dog walked the way the Future dog walked you, and you really not about that life, let's be real. Sierra is an entertainer, but Sierra is not a Cardi. Okay, she's not about that life. She was never a ride or die. She got pulled into the life because he was an entertainer. But what she quickly found is she was not cut out to be she not that. She was a good girl gone bad, and she realized that she was not really a bad girl. Okay, I'm just being honest. And so when Russell came along, let's also talk about this. Motherhood changes you. It's one thing when it's just me and I'm making decisions. But now she realized she got dog walked by Future. I'm baby mama number 5, I think she was.
Around there, 5 or 6.
And it's like
lost count.
I gotta make some better decisions, not just for me, but for my kids now. So like I think there was a lot of growing up that she had to do.
She grew up while Shorty was 1 year old.
Well, I don't think.
While Shorty was 1 year old, she grew up.
You're looking way too far into that. Because guess what? If she was baby number 6, 5, 6, whatever, he had 5 more in front of her, so that she went into that knowing that.
No, so she was in love with him though. She was in love with him.
I agree with all of that. I think she was in love with him, but I think we looking too deep into it. She had to make some other decisions, but I honestly don't think like she had an epiphany and woke up and like, oh, I think I need to go for the Russell type guy. No, I think it was a circumstance. It happened. Whatever. However they got.
But the other thing I want to say is I think I'm gonna give Lucky a little leeway. I think when you get dog walk, you look for somebody who is the exact 180. So if he cheated, I'm looking for somebody that ain't gonna cheat. If he didn't have money and didn't pay bills, I'm looking for a provider. If he hit me, I'm looking for somebody that'll never raise his voice to me. Like you literally go, your rebound dude is going to be the exact opposite. So do I think Russell could have been the rebound?
Somewhat. Now she may end up falling for him. She may not. Is that saying rebound was not to say she don't love Russ or never did.
Correct.
But I think that what happened to her with Future could have played a part with her choosing a guy like Russ. So not as far as what Nick was saying is beating on you and stuff like that, but just say you were dating a party promoter, right? A guy that's always out and about, you know, social butterfly, know a lot of people, real popular, and he ended up dogging you out. More than likely, your next situation is not going to be a party promoter again or someone in that same era. It's going to be a dude that's a little more homebody-ish. You know, it happens. Let's be real about it. Let's stop taking them out of reality because they entertain us. You know, or they got money. Like reality is reality. I mean, nobody wants to deal with this with that especially when you get dogged. Like if you was really, really in love with somebody, truly in love, and they just, and we know how Future do his women. Come on now, what do you got? 11 kids, 12. Where we at, Ben? You got the count?
No, I lost count, man. He double digits.
In the words of Sly, he can pull out of a driveway.
Well, I think the remarkable thing about their relationship is that they did things differently. So everything that she did up to that point, or even he probably did, they chose not to do in their relationship. So they were celibate up until the time that they got married. So there were things that they did differently is what makes their relationship so different. I mean, yeah, he may be a little lame, but I still think that he has an edge about him just by nature of who he is in his profession. So yes, Mr. Smoke Fella.
Okay, let's dial this back. Your
phone just ring? Who is calling you in the middle of the podcast?
He said dial it back.
Slide.
That's Slide.
Slide want to get in.
He called me.
That's
Slide want to jump in.
Right, he want to jump in. But just let's take it back and look at Russell. Now, Russell could have went to Major League Baseball, football. He was #1 quarterback in high school, college. He got some scumbag in him. Stop it. Okay. He ran through some a lot of them. So don't think that he's just this. Don't think that's this. He just do it in a polished way. He just do it in a polished way.
Tiffany is calling you out. That you
know what? Tiff, get on the come on the show next week because you want to do shots at me more than once. So I need you on the show.
Said that ring sounded urgent. Yeah, but I mean, and that's not to say, but it's not saying that she looked into Russ' past, but maybe just how he approached it. Because I'm pretty sure Future wasn't no romantic type dude. Like Future probably had the little mumble, no, whipped it out, let's smash, and it was like that, right? But then you got the Russ, and you went the Sullivan route.
We don't know, but this is something I want to go back to because we keep asking, was Russell the transition, the bounce back, the rebound? Mm-hmm. Why is that a negative thing? Because I'm just going to put this out here. Nikki is being real raw and relevant today because she in her feelings. Everybody has had a bounce back. Everybody has had a rebound.
Everybody has had a bounce back. Yes, I think we all agree with that.
So what's wrong with so sometimes the rebound becomes the new relationship and it stays there. But what I'm saying is we use that in a negative connotation.
Right.
I'm calling it far-fetched because they didn't meet until over a year after she separated from Future.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Getting dogged out can last more than a year.
I mean,
a year.
Agreed. But who's to say what? I mean, again, we're all speculating as to what happened. None of us.
I mean, but we're looking at the facts that Russell Wilson, Future.
Yes.
Within a year later after the baby.
Yes,
Russell Wilson, Future.
A year later, yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm the guy. I would be very skeptical dating a woman with a 1-year-old, especially when she was in a relationship with a guy. And they had a baby, and the baby's 1. I'm gonna be thinking like I don't know if you're
skeptical about everything. She came in this
I'm happy that you are. There are a ton of men that don't. I'm happy that you are because there are a ton of men that don't.
Hey, Lefty, maybe Russell.
Let him sit on the couch with me.
Maybe. Hey, Lefty. Maybe Russell had a wingman that took all the heat for him, so he was real polished and all of that. So he didn't take no heat.
Maybe, but his image, he got a golden boy image.
Thank you.
He had the golden boy image.
When he said that wingman thing, I instantly looked at these two. When he said wingman, I instantly looked at them.
You know who your wingman is. So that was shade. I'm calling you. That
really was.
That wasn't shade. That's just facts. Maybe he had a wingman that just kept him, I'm just saying.
I
don't know nothing about that. I don't know anything about that. It's just is what it is.
Terrible, man.
You just get back in good graces. I'm gonna need you to stay there. Stay there.
That's terrible, man.
All I'm saying is, and Nick made a great point. When I said rebound, everybody went negative. I wasn't, and I could see how it could be taken negative because that is kind of a, you know, when you use that term as far as dating someone is a bad thing. But I mean, we all had, and wasn't your bounce back rebound person totally different from the one you just got through dealing with, or the one that broke your heart?
Hey,
it's always totally different.
Yeah.
Did you see LeBron? Read that, please read it.
LeBron said Russell is Tiger Woods right now, and we all thought Tiger was the standard until the door swung open. He a drunk and a cheat like we all was at a young age. We also didn't know that his wife was bad about it until she ran him over in the driveway
and tried to hit him with that golf club. Like, what's going on with that?
That's funny.
Listen, I agree. I think there is more to Russell, but what I love about them and what I want to call is that we always down in Black love. And what we uplift as love, like, I don't even know why Cardi B and Offset was a Valentine's Day story. Like, I don't care what he did for her. It shouldn't make news. But that didn't get negative publicity as what Russell said, right? And I don't understand why we continue to allow that negative connotation. And then when you see healthy love, we like, it ain't real. It's too perfect. He's corny. He's a simp. We dogging him for loving. Like, you saw Black men go in on the fact that this man was publicly loving on his wife instead of y'all taking that as a note, because you saw tonight, all the women want that. We love that. We ate that up. That was ooh. That's like sending flowers to the office on Valentine's.
But y'all all want that. But how many of y'all have raised your hand saying y'all pass it up, and then y'all wouldn't be sitting there singing "Where the Lonely At Now" if y'all would have went on ahead and checked on dude?
Damn.
Well, we've already agreed that we all. But we know those
you're not gonna come in here and repeat what I said at me and then yell bars.
Yeah. What were you trying to say, Lucky? What were you trying to say, Lucky?
I totally forgot. Being with the bars threw me off.
Well, I mean, we've all admitted that we all passed. I mean, I'll be the first to admit I passed up that nice guy because he just did not have that edge. Now, again, this was years ago. Would I do that now? Probably not. I'm probably going to be a little bit more open.
Because he's breathing on his own and his penis
on his own and his penis work. So I mean, my list is very short at this point.
Well, I remember, but I'm gonna let PG go. I remember.
Well, I was just gonna say, Nick, you talking about all the Black men that was on there talking about him stuff. A lot of those Black men on there probably is the ones who's been hurt and rejected by somebody.
Absolutely.
And lonely, as we said. They bitter. So of course they're gonna go over there. Hey, and then us as Black people, what do? We always got to have something to talk about. We don't talk about the good things, like you said. It's always the negative stuff we talk about that gets recycled and creates a good story. Love stories, happiness, that ain't nothing to talk about a long time. People just talk about that for the short period of time.
Y'all would be put out if we was at the movies. Who phone just did? Like,
I already know who it was.
The one who looked like he froze.
The movie that's like your phone.
It's not mine.
Why he froze.
We all know whose phone it was.
So
I think
that was not my phone. That was the Apple iPad that just did its own little thing right there.
So Pat makes a great point, because I'm pretty sure a lot of the feedback came from a younger audience as far as calling them a simp and stuff like that. But let's look at it. Let's look at the times, right? They're not surrounded by love. You're surrounded by drama. You're surrounded by songs that talk about shooting the club up and getting girls pregnant. You're not surrounded by people talking about, they don't have the Motown music and the Let's Get Married stuff like that. They don't have Cosby shows with showing love.
No Smokey Robinsons in their life.
Exactly. This is the love and hip hop era. And the dudes on the song that say, "Let me drink your titty milk." I swear it's a song. Go Google it. I swear it is a song. It's a trap song.
It now. I'm Googling
it is a trap song. They say, but that's what they're surrounded by. Whether we want to whether we want to admit it or not.
What are you listening to, man?
It was just on one day. I am not joking when I say this. I got somebody. I got somebody who can confirm what I heard.
Back on you on the younger kids. I'm gonna give you 2 questions, and then I'm gonna just let.
It's a real song.
I told you, it's a real song. That's a real song.
So I got 2 questions. I think the actual younger group, yep. And my second question addresses that. But we will talk about how many people was like, "Ooh, Will and Jada." That was our thing. While Will is and Jada down here in entanglements, Will got side chicks too. They just ain't came out like. But that was what we lifted up.
That's been known. That's been known for years about them. It just came out came out, but people knew that for years about them.
They were the standard. They were the black love. Everybody wanted a Will and Jada.
To who? To who?
Please put up what Sweets just commented. Please.
Bottom line, I love my wife, my woman equals simp. You got to say fuck a bitch to get the high five. That's true.
That's and that as sad as it is.
All age groups. But let me ask you guys this, because I thought about that when I was looking at this, that all of these kids think simping is actually treating your woman with respect and love and being gentlemen.
Because they don't see it. But
these are our kids.
And this
so like we all say it's the younger generation. But how did we raise them? We was raised like Mr. Smokefella said, we was raised on Smokey Robinson and Marvin Gaye and all of that. You know, how did one generation beneath us think that somebody like Russell is a simp? Where did we go wrong in our generation in demonstrating love and what we have taught our kids? Where did we go wrong? Because those are our babies making.
But here's the thing: it's because the reality of what they see inside their homes doesn't match what Russell does. It doesn't match, so that's why he's a simp, because it doesn't match when they are at home and their father or whomever their mother is dating is calling their mom a bitch, a hoe, fuck you, knocking them upside the wall. That's what they see. They don't see the Russells. They don't see that. It's not something that's common. So I would think they would call them a simp because they don't know any better.
And I gotta so Imani put up the apple bottle jeans. I gotta push back because we also had the Jaheems. You better put that woman first. We had the usher that was talking about confession. So even in the growing up, we had men making mistakes and admitting they were wrong. So my question is, where did we go wrong?
You had that in the songs, Nick. But somebody listens to the song and they do the total opposite as when they're home, just like Camo said. Camo said, you can have all this in the song, but when you see this dude and beat up your mama, or he running over, he taking you in the car with him to see his side chick, and then y'all going back home to his mama, or when he babysitting his own kid, his 3, 4, 5-year-old, whatever age it is, and he running around with different chicks and stuff like that, you seeing something totally different. So it starts in the house, you know what I'm saying?
It went wrong.
Where everything is.
It went wrong when Kane hung up old girl when she said she was pregnant. That's where it went wrong.
Facts, being bars.
So Nate comment, put that, because I was definitely going there with what Nate with what Nate is saying. Like you could be a perfect parent. You can have a perfect household, but if you can't sit here and we can't say that music didn't play a part in our upbringing, our friends, you know, our environment, things like that. How many of us, especially we from the age of the car booties, right? Remember, it was the car booties, and all the women wanted the dope boys, and the dudes with the little furs and all that on. Hold on, dudes with the little furs on. Yeah, that's just some Chicago stuff. I'll tell you after this. But so how many dudes we knew? We watched cats like that get respect. All the women wanted them. All the women wanted. You could have been the nicest dude in the world, had it all together, perfect upbringing, but then you looked up and Junebug, you know, driving the caddy with the Dayton's on it and all that, with all the women wanted it. All the pretty girls wanted it. So where's the influence? So like your upbringing, like it all plays a part. We try to downplay what music and TV and what's outside of our home, the part it plays in our children's upbringing, but it's a big part. It is harder to be a parent in today's society, probably harder than any other time ever.
Yeah,
to raise your child right. It is
and
tough.
I love what Asada said, because I don't think it's just our boys, and I won't put it just on our boys, because our girls don't know how. She said, my son opened doors that's foreign to girls now. Yeah. So like our girls like don't know how to demand you be a gentleman. You know, I know for a fact that with some of the feminist movement, and I ain't trying to make no alphabet suits mad. Love all of them. But the reality is we became very independent, and we didn't want you to open doors. I'm not helpless. I can open my own door. Let me tell you, I got into an argument with someone who is very much a gentleman about the fact that, oh no, unless it's raining outside, I don't care that we right at Walmart. Come open my door and I'm gonna sit here. Okay, I'll be sitting here when you get back from the store because I'm not touching the door. I shouldn't have to touch a door. And we literally had arguments about, well, I should only have to do that when we going out and this and that. No, when I'm with you, I don't care if I'm driving. When I'm driving, I'm gonna sit here and you're gonna get out that side and you're gonna come open my door. But that's a requirement that I had to put, and I'm not budging on that. I'm not opening doors when I'm with you.
But for them, but for them, for this, as I'm well, whatever the millennials, whatever you want to call them, that's simpish to them.
Right.
To them, that's not being a gentleman. That's being a lame. That's being soft. And right, exactly. That's men and women treated like that. Because, like I said, I think it's even worse now. It's hard for a young, respectful man. What was the Dave Chappelle skit dude that worked in McDowell's? How they clowned him when he was I forgot. Right. You know what I'm saying? How he was clowned. But this was a hardworking young man. He went to school, had a job, probably opened doors, was a nice guy. But everybody wanted the dope boy. Everybody wanted the pimp with the slick hair.
Eric, I'm not going to do this with you. It's automatic locks. We are not back in the 80s where I got to reach over and unlock your door. You unlock your door when you unlock my door. So no, I don't have to reach over and let you in. Like that's not the thing.
Hey, look, you know what? I agree with what you said, man, but I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to put it on the men, period. I'm not gonna just say it's the younger dudes, bro. It's some of the older cats too, because you know what? I always open the door for my wife. Now, something else I would do for her, and they've witnessed this. She has long hair. I put on her coat and I pull her hair out of her coat. And you know how much I used to get teased about that? I'm like, man, what am I doing? I'm just make sure her hair don't get caught in her coat. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking out for my wife. Right thing to do. That was simple.
But that's just the guys talking crazy. You know how we die.
Ben talked about me for 5 days straight.
Well, that was because I'm your boy.
The first time I didn't do it, she said, Ben was talking about you again. I said, yeah.
So you go that, boy, if that ain't a turn.
I damn you out always.
But you know what? It's something that pisses me off. Next time you walking down the street or you out somewhere and you see a couple walking, I don't care if they are together or friends or whatever. What pisses me off, if you got that woman on the outside.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I swear to God, that pisses me off. And I was just raised that way. I raised my 2 sons that way.
Woman is supposed to walk on the inside.
I told my daughter that. Stop. No.
And, but you know what? I have learned, and I'm gonna put this. So I know a lot of times we put it all on the fellas, right? But for me, I'm raising daughters, and I don't always have a male figure, right? Thankfully, I got my best friend now that models some things, but I didn't always, and they dad wasn't always like that. But when we were at Walmart, the kids, oh, you go on the inside. And my daughter literally will say something now like, Mom, but if they hit you, what's going to happen? Don't matter what's going to happen. You'll be safe. Mm-hmm. The person that is just in the role of protector, which is what I am in when it's just me and you, should always be in this position. And I've taught her that. I've taught her, you know, like if a boy, as my auntie would say, don't no hoes live here, hump for if you want to. You better put the car.
Horn raised. Horn raised. No, y'all know about that term. Horn raised. You horn
raised? Tiffany Denise Williams gonna quit coming at me. She gonna quit coming at me.
So what's even the peer pressure with young men now, with even the whole having a side chick thing? Like you consider lame if you faithful, right?
Because that's what you see.
I'm just saying that, and that look wasn't the norm for us.
It's the norm for them.
It's the norm for them.
Yep.
You know, I mean, flat out, and it's not, and boys, females too. Oh, girl, you let that dude tell you what to do. You can't go out. You can't go on a girls' trip. Like, it's like the times are so different, and I think we're trapped right in that middle, right? We trapped from that Motown era, you know, and now we got to break and what we learned, and now trying to raise our kids against our social media, you know, music, entertainment. Like we in a tough spot.
Moved away purposely from the way that we were raised. We rebelled against the way we were raised. I ain't raised my kids like that. I'm not beating my kids. I'm doing time out. We not doing this. And now we reaping the benefits of it. And I agree. Some of it is outside, but some of it was we wanted to give our kids such a better life materialistically that we forgot to instill values in them and things that were important. And now we looking at them like they strange. But that's the way we raised them. You know, like, I'm going to give you an example. And I'm open about this. So my oldest child is transgender. And we were in Walmart. Now, y'all know how them Walmart buggies get stuck. Like, right? And so a guy came, because I mean, like, I was shaking myself like I was in a fight with somebody. And I don't know why it's 72 buggies, but now I want that one because you ain't gonna get the best of me. I walks up and he helps me with the buggy, but then my oldest walks up and was like, he shook it too and shook it loose like, we'll need your help. And I'm like, I do. I'm a woman. And anytime I'm struggling, I want a man to at least come
to my aid.
And so like, I don't know what you want. But no, yes, come fix this buggy. And yes, I want this one because it's not going to get the best of me. Forget all the other ones that would have came with one tug. I want this one. And he did. But I honestly think, again, that we have failed our kids. She went to a dance. My best friend stood there and was like, oh, you're not going, don't get out. He's going to come to the door and let you out or you won't go. She literally had to text him on the phone. Is like, hey, my dad not gonna let me out the car if you don't come over here and open the door. And then he had a conversation with him.
Right.
Son, with my daughter, she don't touch doors. So all night tonight, you are now my proxy, and you hear what I'm telling you. She don't touch doors.
So I'm gonna go back to something Lucky said a little early, just piggyback on what you're saying there. I'm not gonna say we failed. I'm gonna say what it is. It also goes back to that peer pressure and that influence in the street, because they used to say when your child do something, we're gonna start holding the parents accountable. I didn't agree with that. You know why? I was raised right from wrong. I knew what was right. I knew what was wrong. But once I got in the street and I started hanging around my buddies, guess what I did? I did what wasn't right. And that was all because I wanted to look cool. I wanted to be in with the in crowd and stuff. Yeah. So I got in a lot of trouble for that. And a lot of times it fell back on my mom. And my mom, she didn't get in trouble. She would have this brokenness looking at her like, dude, where did I go wrong at? Because you know this is wrong. It's sometimes it's just the people that you hang with and what happens in that street that turns a good kid bad.
And I think it goes deeper than that, because really some of us were latchkey kids, right? So our parents weren't really around. But there were certain things that they taught us that remained, right? And so as we got older, we did not take the lessons that we got from our parents and actually taught it to our kids. We just assumed that they watched what we did and they understood what they were supposed to do. So now we're reaping that benefit. It's not that we did them wrong. We just kind of forgot to say, hey, you know, when open the door, like open up the door, like don't take your butt outside, or just the things that our parents taught us, or the generations before us taught us, that we just didn't figure out how to give that to the next generation behind us. And then, of course, we're competing with social media and videos, because again, when we were younger, that's when videos started coming out, right? So now many of us got raised by the 4 o'clock videos on MTV, right? So right. So all of that changed how we viewed everything, but we were still able to hold on to those lessons our parents taught us versus the kids that came behind us.
Well, and you also look at, I mean, just think and look at all of the ass shots and the buying a new ass and buying a body. Like that, ain't nobody household taught them that. Correct. Like that's stuff that's out there, and people tend to. I mean, people, especially young people, when your mind is molded, you kind of gravitate to what looks cool or what you think look cool. I grew up in a pretty decent neighborhood where everybody parents, working parents, and things like that. But cats still sold drugs. It was a decent cats still sold drugs, cats still gangbang. You didn't have to do it.
Right.
You wasn't eating air sandwiches. You did it because it was the cool thing to do.
Right.
Because it was the cool thing to do.
Asada has about the blowing the horn and all of that. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's true. But if you stayed where the L. Rookins hung out in front of your crib,
I wasn't getting out.
Hey, brother ain't getting out. I don't care if tell your dad he come out and talk to me, and then I'll tell him, because you got Bloomberg them sitting out there with their pistols right on the stoop.
Or if you ever dated a girl from Henry Horner's,
right? You know what I'm saying? Keep
My prom date. She said, yeah, I'm gonna go to prom, which I'm like, okay, cool. She said, I'm gonna be on my auntie. I was like, cool, I'll come pick you up. I didn't ask where she stayed at prior to this, right? So the night of prom, I called on the little flip phone. Where I got to pick you up from? My auntie house. Say, where she stay at? She stay on 50th and Federal. I said, the projects? She said, yeah. So I park in the back. Ain't nobody in the back, but still got to go up under the thing to get to the elevator. I said, what floor she on? She said 16. I was like, oh my Jesus.
Did the elevator work?
The elevator work. But you better believe when they see me come in with that tuss, everybody like, oh man, who you coming to pick up? And when we came downstairs, it's about 30 people outside. I'm like, I don't know where you're getting dropped off at, but I'm not bringing you back here. Believe that.
I was not walking through the pissing staircases. I wasn't walking through the pissing staircases for no date.
Dude, come on.
I wasn't going.
You ain't worried. Your old man ain't worried about my safety.
Right. Tell your old man to come down here and move these dudes.
Right down here.
Tell him to get your uncles in there.
I'm holding my
uncles in there.
And hoping ain't none of these your ex-boyfriends out here.
Oh my God.
And your old man ain't gonna come out when I'm getting my ears stomped in by 30 dudes.
Right. I'm sorry, I took us left. My bad, but I had to comment on that.
Listen, Tiffany brings up a good point, because not only are we competing with everything you said, but we also are not in the same households, and we are co-parenting differently. Like, my parents were divorced, but they co-parented. My daddy was still the man of the house. He didn't care who my mama married or what happened. When it came to me, well, nobody gonna have a say that overlap what he said. And she was very clear about that. Nowadays, co-parenting looks a lot different, and you competing with, different households.
That's because they always arguing and always combative. If he say blue, she gonna say red. So that's what you dealing with now. And
purple.
And we got kids raising kids.
Yeah.
True.
Yep.
They haven't finished learning. And so
exactly.
If you and your daughter listening to
the other grown parent that talks about the other parent all the time when you trying to have a quiet conversation amongst parents.
If you and your daughter twerking off little Uzi Vert songs together, you probably not being raised right. Chances are, right? Your upbringing is real shabby.
Or if your mom is smoking weed, if your mom is smoking weed in the kitchen while you eating.
If your mama passing you the blunt, if y'all passing, if you rolling blunts for your mama, chances are You probably not being raised correct.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm raising my kids on TLC and salt pepper. My kids got excited because, well, you know, don't nobody come here to El Paso, but I was excited because TLC, Flo Rida, and Nelly came, and my kids knew them songs. What, like, we don't know nothing about Lil Durk, Lil Baby. We ain't listening to that in the car when I'm riding. We gonna have to get some. So yeah, so.
Oh boy, y'all are too much.
All right, we at the 2-hour mark, and what we will not do this time, because the fellas probably need to empty their bladder. You know, we ain't had no commercial break, we ain't had no bills to pay. So shout out if you would like to be a sponsor on this show. We would clearly love to give the fellas, because it's never the ladies. I don't know what it is. Correct. It's only the fellas that need bathroom breaks and commercials. So.
You ain't gonna disrespect my bladder on here.
Hey, Lefty.
That show sound like a shot at you, Lefty.
Right, yeah. Disrespect my bladder.
I think they got pee pads on, but that's neither here nor there.
Whoa. Called a pill, damn it.
Depends.
No, it's a pill. Daggone it. If we
I am not on the pill.
Over 40.
Just so you know.
Yes.
I am not on the pill.
I was gonna say it's called Kegel, but okay, like y'all are like way beyond me. Like, don't drink then. It's 2 hours. Anyway, sponsors, hit us up. Definitely let us know if you would like for us to sponsor the show. And I am going to say first, thank you for our special guest, Pat, for jumping in.
Appreciate y'all.
See, now you got the audience going left about they need pills.
Don't piss in the staircase.
Like our audience always rides out with our tomfoolery. I appreciate y'all.
You gotta hold it for a few seconds. Hold it. We're gonna do Kegel.
I'm okay today.
Okay. Y'all can't see his leg, but his leg is shaking rapidly.
No, I'm okay today. I'm good today.
Miriam says, whoever got the pill, we need to
try to tell y'all it will change your life.
We need them to be a sponsor because we can tell them, see, Love Bug and Camo can stay on screen during sponsorship because we're taking this pill. Meanwhile, the fellas gotta go pee.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Every time I stepped out in the cold last few days, I had to pee. Soon as that cold hit me, like my bladder just jumped. I don't know what it was.
Listen,
you know how many times I had to run back in and pee, man?
I can't.
They did. We ran to the car 5 different times. I gotta go back in the bathroom.
Y'all ever realize that
almost just in the snow shoveling?
But I had absolutely no control of the show. Like, y'all just do what y'all want to do. And I acknowledge that I suck as a host because I have no control.
You're great, Nick.
Lefty, you ain't had pee since you was 5. That smelly urine you got now, buddy.
Hold on. We ain't gonna talk about that. Time out. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
That's urine.
And smelly pee on the show. That's not how we closing out the show.
What are we talking about?
2-year-olds have pee.
Oh my gosh.
If your urine smell, you need to run to the nearest urgent care right away.
Oh my goodness.
Do not get Camo started. We had a whole conversation. I will tell you guys that while we're talking about all of these bodily fluids, that me and Camo will be having a special She Shed next week. And we will be talking about how your body will tell you when you have a partner that you are not compatible with and how to listen to your body. So
yes,
tune in. We are going to give you tips and clues. And yeah, it's gonna be a doozy. Okay. So yes, I see. We need to get back to you after the message.
I want to come back for that show. Please let me back in.
Next week's episode, smelly urine and how to avoid.
Smelly urine.
What is that?
We're not gonna even give in anything that we're gonna be talking about, but just know.
Oh my goodness,
that's the She Shed.
Well, I want to call BS on it right now.
Eric, they'll still be men. Yeah. They'll still be here.
Oh my
goodness. Just get to have a ladies' moment while they go pee and empty their baby bladders. Mm-hmm. So speaking of baby bladders, I'm gonna go ahead and have PG-69 sign us out so they can go ahead and empty it.
Hey, I just want to say thank y'all. I appreciate it. I'm here anytime y'all need me to spare the moment. I love it.
And we appreciate you. Thank you for being the he here tonight.
I'm the 6th man. That's all.
All right, Mr. Smokefella.
Well, lately. I want to say thank you to my 6th man over there for stepping in for me. I appreciate you, my brother.
Anytime.
And I do want to go back to a comment that Miss Swain said. When you out at a restaurant or you somewhere, and if your dude sitting with his back to the door, get up and leave.
Back. Yeah. Bars.
Facts.
That's
wait, hold on.
Bars.
I got to always face the door.
Got to face the door. Because as a man, you need to see what's going on at all times. Who coming in, who coming out.
And that's why me and my wife both sit with our back. We both sit looking at the door. She be like, I don't want to sit that way. I was like, well, I'm not going to sit that way. Turn both chairs this way.
There you go.
And if he don't have a preference, lady, that's the issue too. Because usually I ask, because I'm in front of him, do you have a preference as a check, as a test? And if you be like, oh, no, I don't care, I'm looking at him.
And ladies, you only get 3 let's goes. Don't ask questions. Like, let's go. Don't ask why. That 3rd let's go, I'm leaving you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Because now you're waiting. I told you let's go. That's it.
Because it's about
something about to go down.
Something ain't right.
Something about to go down.
It's going down.
Here for the relationship saves. I'm just saying, we always Hadiah said 3 is too many.
Right. It really is. I was giving you benefit of
usually, that. Right. Usually
it's really
in the middle out of nowhere. Yeah.
You're like, let's go, let's go. You're gonna get them real fast. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Say 3, you lucky you getting smoked.
No, because I peeped the BS out the jump.
Right.
Like fam got a trench coat on and it's June. Around. Let's go. Let's go. Get up.
You got to know your man's tone of voice. You got to know the difference between all right, I'm bored, let's go, and let's go.
That little high pitch hit. Let's go.
Or when he's trying to be sexy and be like, let's go.
I need a bag.
Hey, I guess it's my turn as the guys. Hey, thank you all again, man. This is it's always fun, especially since we snowed in. So I'm glad you all joined us. And if you all as tired as the rest of us who had to get out and shovel and work out in that snow, we appreciate you taking Tuesday out to be with us. Hey, want to give birthday shout outs, man. A few of my fellas, my smoke fellas, Big Tim, happy 50th, bro. Tony Barber, happy birthday. And today's a special day. It's my son's 20th birthday. Happy birthday, son.
Happy birthday.
I love you. You know, hope you, enjoy your day. You don't want to hang out with the old man no more. I get it. But enjoy your day, man. Hey, to everybody, thanks for tuning in, man. Keep it coming every week.
Yeah. I had a fantastic time tonight, y'all. I love y'all. Thanks, Pat, for showing up tonight. Of course, and being lucky, y'all always bring the damn thing. And then, of course, Love Buck. Fantastic show. Y'all love this audience. And just a reminder, it is Black History Month. So please, please, please shout out each other, all the amazing things that you all are doing. Drop it on our page so we can celebrate you too. We want to know all of your exciting stuff that you're doing, because we are who will continue to change the tide of this world and the dynamics that we live in our communities. So love y'all. See y'all next week. And it's almost time for March Madness, right?
Yes.
All right. So see y'all next week. Peace, y'all.
All right, Mr. Smokefella, did I sign you out? Because I threw it to you, but then you had to talk about the back to the door. So I want to make sure you get your full sign out. Because
I just concur with everything everybody said. The fans that dial in, man, y'all are nuts, completely nuts, and we love it. So man, y'all are dope, But like I say, you can check out PG69 Lucky Lefty every Saturday from 11 to 1. And you talking about some sports tomfoolery, we gets it in.
Oh yeah.
Just
all right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign us out. First up on the birthday shout outs, I have to shout out my son, Che. He is 23 today, I think. Yeah, 23.
Poor mother.
He not. He's not my biological, but I love him anyway. So Shout out to him. Happy birthday. Shout out to this amazing audience. Y'all do it for me every time. I look, y'all are the highlight of my week. And I tell y'all all my business. Y'all have become my best friends. I'm telling you, this is probably not healthy, but y'all are my therapy. So I appreciate y'all. So tune in for therapy, Tomfoolery Tuesdays. Yes, Mr. Snowfell.
You said your son, what's his name?
Tay.
Tay. If it's a bunch of dudes outside, honk that horn, brother.
No, son, just keep going. That's not
right.
Worth it. Just
right.
Go.
Your safety is a concern for us.
And I'm talking about like, I want to see the back end of the car fishtail, a little bit of smoke come off the tires, just cut out. Meet me at the corner. I'm not coming. No. But hey, I love y'all. Y'all are dope. I love the show every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central. Tell a friend. Listen, only thing that we ask for you guys is if you would share, like, subscribe to the page. Make sure you check out the YouTube. And listen, we love being in y'all business. So as much as we share ours, continue to hit us. Whoever your favorite host is that you want to tell your story, feel free to DM them your What's on Your Mind story. We will definitely have the audience weigh in on y'all tomfoolery and questions. So go ahead and log in. And just know that once you tell us, we in your business and we going to want updates. I'm just telling you now. And we keep it.
I want to apologize to the last story because I think I was very hard on her. So she was probably talking about me. I apologize, but tough love. Tough love. It was from the bottom of my heart.
I reached out. She was like, I'm not gonna be another topic on y'all show. Y'all are real raw and rude. I was
like, Tiffany says she gonna cash app you to get you a new ringtone. Just so you know. Wow, what a way to end the show. Hey, okay. Let's rock all black next Tuesday. Let's rock all black next Tuesday. Black History Month and the movie Judas and the Black Messiah. Let's rock all black.
I am revolutionary.
Yeah, let's rock all black next week.
With my hat.
Black.
I also challenge our audience to get involved. And so I expect all Tuesday for you to blow up our timeline with your black to let us know that y'all gonna be ready and in y'all black for the show next Tuesday. So I expect it, and we're gonna put it out there. I will see you next Tuesday for more relationship updates from the Relationship Misfits.
Peace.
Peace.
See y'all.